WZR Radio starts now. You can join us in the live chat room at WZROnline.com/chat or call into the show at 518-712-3070. Now, here are your hosts, Ryan Clark and Matt Boone.
How's it going, everybody? And welcome to the October 4th, 2011 edition of WZR Radio here on WZROnline.com. I'm Ryan Clark. He's Matt Boone.
Hey now.
We're going to be here for the next 2 hours talking pro wrestling. What's going on, buddy?
What's crack-a-lackin', my big brother? You don't sound too good over there. What's you got like an attitude in your voice. What is that?
Well, first of all, you earlier today.
Oh, come on. How you going to talk about it on the air?
We're not going to talk about that on the air, but you earlier today, you
I didn't do anything wrong.
You contributed.
Oh, I'm partially responsible for your voice right now?
Well, listen, dude. Last week, right, we came on here and we launched the new WZROnline.com, right?
.com, and it looks fucking great, yeah.
It's great, man. And then as I was going over it, showing these people what it was all about, right, the site went down on me. And the problem was PWS and WZR Online kept crashing, dude, and I couldn't figure out what the problem was. And then
let me ask you this, because last week when we went off the air, you were still dealing with server problems. How many days after the show was that still an issue?
We're 7 days later, dude. It's still an issue.
Still going? Oh, okay, shit.
So it's like we fixed out the problems between PWS and WZR, right? We sped them up, everything's good to go, and we shouldn't have any downtime. You know, it's been fine the past week, and all the problems with that are solved, right?
Yeah.
Then we go over to pwsforums.com, which has like 100 and something thousand members and 2 million posts or something like that.
Wow.
Something crazy, dude. So the database is like a 2 gigabyte file, which is unheard of, dude. I mean, for a website, maybe you get like 300 megabytes, 200 megabytes, something.
But yours was what?
2 gigabytes.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
All right.
And for everybody listening, what's a gigabyte? It's like 1,000 megabytes?
I think it's 1,000 megabytes, right?
Yeah, so holy shit, it's like many times over.
Right. So we go and we upload this to me and the programmer guy that I work with, right? We go and we upload this. We re-upload the database, right? And it fucks everything up, dude. Fucked everything up even more.
Of course it does. Yeah.
All right, dude. So then it's a matter of, here's the problem. My programmer who does WZR, PWS, and the forums, right? He's in Alaska, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like 5 hours behind over there than it is on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't get home until like midnight my time. So we're up every single night, bro. From last Tuesday, blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up. Last Tuesday. This is, well, I feel like I'm bitching, dude. Anyways.
No, you sound fine.
So anyways, dude, since last Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and tonight.
That was a lot of days you just listed in a row there. Holy shit.
We're going to do it again tonight, bro. I've been up until the sun comes up, bro. The sun, I look out the window and the fucking sun is coming up, and it's like, dude, I've been here all night long and the sun's up, dude. And then I go to bed and I've got to be awake at 9 o'clock. So I feel my whole fucking, there have been times, dude, over the last week, dude, where, what's the phrase that they use where you put your hands over your face, dude, and you're just like, what the fuck, dude?
I don't. You're not painting a good picture. I don't know the phrase.
Shaking my head, or SMH or something like that.
Oh, like on internet talk? Yeah, SMH,
yeah,
shaking my head.
I put my hands over my face and said, dude, this is fucking ridiculous. But anyways, PWS.
What's funny is last week we were telling you, like, yo, go to sleep, because last week you came on the show, you said, guess what? I'm on 2 hours of sleep. I stayed up till blah, 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 a.m., fucking had to get up, blah, 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 and tonight, same thing. And everybody's like, dude, just go to sleep. So now, It's been a full week, and it's been like that every single day. That's what you're telling me. Right here, right now. That's what you're telling me.
Until the earliest night I had was about 4:30, where he got out of here early, so I went to bed at 4:15, 4:30, dude. But other than that, it's been like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, dude, and then back up at 9 or 10 o'clock. And now it's just the forums, you know what I mean, dude? WZR and PWS are all fixed up, dude. So it's just...
Well, last week you said it was a MySQL database thing. Forums is centered around MySQL database.
Oh, I know, and that's what the problem is, dude. That's why we're having more problems with that than we had with the other. But at least we got WZR and PWS fixed up, you know what I mean? It's just a pain in the ass, dude. And I don't want to have to restart the forum, dude, because there goes 100,000 members and 2 million posts. And it's like, dude.
Yeah, and then they all got to sign up again and all that. Yeah, that's not good. You don't need that.
I can't do that, you know what I mean? So, anyways, dude, we're going to get it resolved. Hopefully, we're almost there, dude. We got a couple more tables. I'm hoping by the end of tonight, PWSforums.com is going to be back up and running, and I'm going to go to bed and have an early night tonight, but you never know, dude. We'll see.
Finally?
I think, dude, we got it fixed last night. It's like 90% complete, dude. So if we can finish this other 10%, we're good to go tonight.
Can I do a heel turn right now, or should I wait a second?
I feel foggy, bro. I feel foggy.
You sound a little foggy. Can I be honest? There's a little fogginess. There's some clouds and the whole shit.
I just feel foggy, man.
But, can I do my heel turn now, or should I wait until later?
I don't care. What's your heel turn?
Heel turn. I have not seen the pay-per-view, and I have not seen the TV.
And you're shit-faced, too.
And I'm shit-faced. I've had a couple of beverages, yes, that's correct information. But
no,
the point I need to
told me before we came on the air you were pretty fucking drunk, right?
I'm quite drunk, okay?
So not just a few beverages, you are...
Not a few beverages, no.
You
Did you hear how I said that just now? Not a few beverages. No, I'm amazingly intoxicated. The chat room's loving it. That's great, but... Yeah, no, I'm shit-faced. Absolutely, yeah.
You're shit-faced. There we go.
Correct. I've been drinking whiskey since I got out of bed. There you go. What do you need to know?
Once we got it out of him, Boone is shit.
Yeah, look, you want to tell you the truth? I got no problem telling you the truth, all right?
So we got a Boone, here, we've got a Boone that's shit-faced, didn't see Hell in a Cell, and didn't see it. Raw from last night.
Didn't see either one of them.
And this is why I pay you, bro.
And this is why you pay me, yes, correct. I feel terrible. I'm just telling you some things. I got to be honest with everybody listening, because when we start breaking down the shows, it's going to be odd. I've tried to read them, but there's so many angles, swerves, and turns they did, and this person came out, except I can't keep up with all that shit. Like, when we start talking about it, I'm not going to have an opinion. You know?
You just say you felt terrible because you didn't watch Raw?
I feel bad, yeah. I mean, it was a birthday party for a friend, so I had to miss it.
You don't feel bad in the least. You could give...
You really don't think that? I swear to God, I'm telling you right now, while you're sitting, your ear is pressed against a fucking headphone. You got a microphone attached to it. Yes. Guess what? My ear is pressed to a telephone. I got a little microphone that I'm talking to in the other end of the phone. Guess what? Guess what this means? You want to know what it means? It means I'm telling you the truth. Yeah, I feel bad about it. I wanted to see the shows. I didn't have enough time. I couldn't fucking get a torrent for either one of them. And I dropped the ball.
You dropped the ball.
Anyways. I dropped the ball. And I have to admit it. Everybody's listening. They love the show. I don't want to lie. I dropped the ball.
So, check it out. This is what we got going on tonight. We've obviously got to run down that
You're not.
Hell in a Cell pay-per-view and Monday Night Raw from last night. Raj Giri is going to come on and join us here in about the next 10 minutes. And we'll talk Hell in a Cell with him. And we'll get through Hell in a Cell and probably Monday Night Raw in hour number 1. And then in hour number 2, we'll open it up and take your live phone calls. And you can rest assured that Mr. Raj Giri watched both Hell in a Cell and Raw. So he'll know what's going on. Yeah, I was doing the forum thing on Sunday night, dude, but I caught bits and pieces. Raw last night we're going to have a problem with. But Hell in a Cell, I got to catch bits and pieces of it. It's on in the background, you know what I mean? I was just working with Steve. It's kind of like music. You don't hear the lyrics, but you kind of know what the music sounds like. You know? Yeah, you know what's going on, you know what I mean? So that's what I did for Hell in a Cell. Hey, how about that analogy? Pretty fucking good. Not bad. Not bad. What are we talking about? So live phone calls in hour number 2, Hell in a Cell, Monday Night Raw in hour number 1. We'll get some plugs out of the way. I see QT Man 2 asking about the WZR t-shirts that we mentioned last week. You would be surprised, Matty Boone. A lot of people want t-shirts. And I can't believe people are going to wear those fucking things. That's crazy. We've got a design, dude. Basically, it's going to, if anybody knows graphics or anything like that, I was thinking about the new logo that we debuted. It kind of sucks, but it's on WZROnline.com.
You think it sucks, for real?
Yeah, it's got the headset and it's got that blue. The more color we have on it, the more it's going to cost to...
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Look at that. Seamus in the chat room. WZR ice cream bars. CM Punk, baby.
Yeah, so I was going to do, put the logo on it and then put my name and your name on the back of it, and the website, obviously, WZROnline.com. Do something like that. And I'm going to order 50 of them. I think we're going to need more than that, though. But I already talked to the guy,
You really going to put our names on them motherfuckers, for real?
I'll put the website, at least the website.
That's going to be crazy if my name's on motherfuckers' backs and, titty hairs and all that shit.
Yeah, it'll be at least the website domain name, you know what I mean? So I'm going to get 50 of them. I talked to the guy yesterday, and they should be here in the next couple weeks. So they've just got to go in, we've got to finalize the design, and then we'll come on here. I think they're going to be like $15 or something like that, and then we'll give away a few for free on here, you know what I mean? But
contests and whatnot, yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. So we're going to be doing it. They're coming up, and what?
Before you get into plugs, obviously we got Mr. Raj Giri coming on tonight. What time is he coming on, and what's going on when he comes on? And should we get the plugs out of the way and get our ass in gear? We got to talk about football. That's for damn sure.
If you listened, I said in 10 minutes, Raj Giri is going to be coming on.
Oh, you did
so
say
I would
okay.
say, I don't know, we're about 8 minutes now, so I would say 8:20 Eastern Time. Sound about right?
Excuse me. All right, so about 8 minutes. And you gonna talk about football? You gonna ask me about the weekend? You gonna do your routine or what?
No, I wasn't done. Well, he's gonna come on in 8 minutes, and then we're gonna run down Hell in the Cell because that's what he comes on here to do, right? He's coming on post pay-per-views, post WWE. Establish this.
Comes on to handle his business, of course. I get it.
All right, no doubt. Football. Let's not talk about football.
Let's talk about Buffalo first. How about that?
How about it? How about it?
I don't know how about it. You tell me how about it.
We blew a lead, dude. We blew a lead. You know what I mean? We didn't deserve to win that game, and we blew the lead, dude.
Can I give you a phrase that I used earlier for you to use for your team now? You dropped the ball. Literally.
We dropped the ball. On Sunday, we dropped the ball.
That's a good one, right? That was good. That was classically timed.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
On the other hand, and it's crazy because Buffalo and Detroit are two teams. Look, and as soon as I say that, they put a Buffalo Bills logo up on the stream. That vendetta is awesome, dude. And he's laughing. He puts ha 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 all over a Buffalo Bill. That's great. That's awesome. Anyways, everybody saw that. Anyways, Detroit Lions, Buffalo Bills, two of the worst teams in the history of the league, right? All right, so every year we don't even make the playoffs. We suck, everything, this and that. This year, you guys and us, till this week, undefeated. Neither one of us have lost. This week, you guys did lose, didn't you?
We lost, man. There's only two undefeated teams in the NFL.
And name them.
You and the Green Bay Packers.
And we're in the same division. Figure that one out.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
And who do we play next week? Does anybody in the chat room know? Who does Detroit play next week? Because I would assume we play Green Bay very soon. We usually play Green Bay in the first half of the season.
Who cares? Who cares? Who gives a fuck?
I kind of care a little bit. Oh, okay. We're really playing Chicago.
Yeah, it's on Monday. It's on Monday night.
Wow, me versus Brian. All right. It's on. How's Chicago doing this year? What's their record? What are they looking like?
No, not that good.
They're not doing so good? All right, well,
no.
All right.
All right, so here we go. Let's get the plugs out of the way, and then we move on to WWE Hell in a Cell from this past Sunday night. What a crazy main event that was, man. Everything that happened after it. And then, on Raw last night where everybody walked out, makes for an interesting scenario next week. What is Triple H going to do with no roster, with nobody there?
They're picking the pace up, huh?
They're doing some big things, man. Obviously, they're going to open the show next week with pretty much Triple H has nobody there besides the faces that didn't come out last night. That may play into the storylines. Maybe not, though. We'll see what happens. All right, so here we go. You can check out the brand newly designed WZROnline.com, the official home of WZR Radio. Check us out on Facebook. Go to facebook.com, do a search for WZR Army. Phone number we'll give out here in just a little bit, and we've got a live chat room on and poppin', WZROnline.com/chat. Once again, WZROnline.com/chat. So get there. We've got a lot of people in there, as always, tonight. So, there's the plugs.
There's the plugs. All right, so what do we do? Are we going to take a commercial before we get Raj on? Or are we just going to call him live on the air? How are we doing this?
No, he'll call here in about 5 minutes. What did you do over the weekend?
What did I do over the weekend? Like I told you, Sunday. Yeah, that's why I missed the pay-per-view. Sunday, there was a birthday party I had to go to, and I got real fucking drunk. And, yeah, I did pretty much the same thing Monday, and here we are.
How many days during the week do you get shit-faced? Do you get tanked?
How many days during the week do I get shit-faced?
Let's be honest.
Answer that. Am I answering this honestly?
Honestly.
You really want the honest answer?
I would say, let me guess.
How many days in a week?
No.
There's, what, 7?
7 days in a week. Let me guess.
Okay.
Let me just take a stab at this.
Okay, take a guess.
7 days in a week, okay? You're definitely drinking Friday and Saturday.
I like Kevin in the chat's answer. It's 6.5, he says. I gotta sleep sometime. Yeah, that's a great answer.
Like, I'll give you Sunday night off, okay? Sunday night, I'll give you, Sunday's kind of a slow day, blah, 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 blah.
Not this Sunday. It was a birthday party, man. I was more drunk Sunday than anything. But yeah. In general, I get it.
I'm thinking you're drinking during Raw, right? You're probably drinking, well, I know you're drinking Tuesday. Now, most of the time, you come on.
I'm drinking right now. Yes,
right.
Correct.
So Monday, Tuesday, pretty much. Wednesday, maybe I'd say 6 days out of the week, out of the 7.
Thursday, no matter what, I'm definitely fucked up. That's guaranteed. Weekend, most likely I'll figure something out. And yeah, about 6.5 days a week is the correct answer.
About 6 days, right?
Yeah, 6. I'll take 6.
You ever heard of liver failure, bro?
Yeah, liver. Did you hear how I said the word? Liver's gonna fail. The whole thing's gonna happen. Absolutely.
Yeah, you're gonna end your life early, dude. You gotta.
Yeah, I'm not gonna live past 50. It's gonna be a tragic thing.
It is gonna be tragic, man. It's gonna be horrible. I'm gonna lose. What
are you doing? What are you doing? None of these people are gonna be listening while we're fit. That's 30 years from now.
I'll be at your funeral drinking beer for you.
You would do that for me. That's a great thing.
I'd probably pour some on your dead body in the casket too.
You pour some out for a late brother?
I would crack one open and pour it all over.
For the dead homies? You would do that?
I would pour it all over your dead body inside that casket.
You're a good man. You're a good fucking man. Can I say that?
No doubt. And I play Kanye West and a little.
I said it.
Some Jay-Z. Kanye West.
Kanye West. That should be playing, yes, or Jay-Z. Yeah.
We're killing time, Raj. We're killing time, Raj. We're waiting for you. I see him in the chat room. Hopefully he's listening right now.
He's calling in any second.
We're waiting because.
Does he know that he's got to carry the bulk of the of the rundown?
No, but we're gonna tell him.
All right. So we will. I'll let you tell him. You tell him.
All right. Well,
Mr. Rajkir, you tell him.
Well, you tell him.
I don't want to tell him.
Well, I didn't see it. Well, I don't know. Whatever.
You didn't see it? Did you just admit that?
No, I listen.
Your turn.
I was working on the forums, bro. I had it on.
Oh, yeah, you were busy. All right, well, okay, so what's the difference? You have a legitimate excuse, I have an illegitimate excuse, but guess what? Neither one of us saw the fucking shit. How about that? The end result's the same?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, true. Correct. That's a fact that I just stated.
Get to our live chat room, www.WZROnline.com/chat. Once again, WZROnline.com/chat. Get there. All right, dude, we're doing this. We're starting it, man. We're killing too much time. So.
Yeah, where is he, man? He just signed out of the chat.
Well, you had issues, right? Trying to.
No, yeah, we did. We did have communicative issues. Yes, we did.
Communication.
There you go. Communication issues. I'll take that.
Yeah, there you go. So what you guys think of Hell in the Cell?
A, B, C, D, F. Where we at? Where we at?
No Fs, dude. You can't. We've been over this, dude.
You really don't allow Fs, no matter what. All right.
No show deserves an F because there's only.
The Chosen Hun says Boone snorts Jaeger through his nose. And Kev says Boone will have an eternal party in heaven whilst Ryan is here with us. Yeah.
I will. I'll be here with my WZR army, and we'll be mourning.
Yeah,
We'll be mourning the loss of Matt Boone, dude. God, what a sad day that's gonna be.
We got grades coming in now. It's a mixed bag too, I gotta say.
I see that. A lot of C's, some B's. I don't know. I'd give it a solid B-. Raj, call us, brother. What's going on, dude?
Brosov Stalin, where you at? Blow. Look at the Justin TV stream right now. Look at it.
I can't, dude. I don't have another.
Oh, you don't do it? It's a giant letter F. You motherfucker. Put a picture of the giant letter F right on there when you said you can't say F. That's great.
All right.
Vendetta, you're the man, dude.
The announcers for Hell in a Cell were Michael Cole. Here we go. Raj, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Same old, dude. Same old. Just starting to run down Hell in a Cell, dude. We're gonna need you tonight, man.
All right, sounds good, man. I'm here.
All right.
Yeah, we both had some stuff going on during the pay-per-view, so like you definitely watched all of it, and you have an opinion, I'm sure, right?
Right. Yeah. I saw all of it.
No
Cool deal.
Listen, for those that don't know, this is Raj Giri. He's going to be coming on after pay-per-view events, TNA, WWE, whatever works. He owns WrestlingInc.com, www.wrestlinginc.com. The owner and president of that website. So he's going to be here after pay-per-views with us. Would you, I just asked the people in the chat room, Raj, what'd you think of Hell in a Cell, man? Like, school letter grade, A, B, C, D, F?
I'd give it a B.
Yeah.
A B minus.
You enjoyed the show?
It was one of those. It was easy to watch, but it wasn't worth the money, if you know what I mean. Like,
Can I do it? Was it easy to watch in terms of match quality, or as far as an actual full show?
I meant as a full show. There was no match I thought that was like really bad. I mean, Mark Henry and Orton didn't have much to it. It was mostly Orton selling for the entire match, but But there was nothing really bad on the show. I thought Sin Cara versus Sin Cara was hurt by the lack of crowd reaction, but even that had some really cool spots. So I thought it wasn't bad.
I thought they rushed into Sin Cara versus Sin Cara. You know what I mean, dude? It just seemed like, and then not only that, but you just said, the pay-per-view really wasn't worth the money, dude. It was only 2 weeks before the last champion.
Great point.
Yeah, exactly. I think it could have been a really cool pay-per-view if they didn't have, Night of Champions 2 weeks earlier, and really built up the matches and the feuds. I mean, the results for a lot of these, nothing really. Del Rio regained the title, but he just lost that 2 weeks ago, so it didn't really do anything. Everything's back to kind of where it was 2 weeks ago.
Do you know that they took, at Monday Night Raw last night, it took them 28 minutes into the show to acknowledge that Del Rio, that there was a new WWE champion in Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah, that's one of the big problems I've always felt with WWE today, is that titles don't mean what they should.
Right.
Absolutely.
Someone winning the world title should get them over to that next level automatically. You look at the UFC, someone wins a title, they're automatically, taken, so many steps higher just because the titles mean so much.
Right.
Frankie Edgar was nothing, and he's still, as far as draws go, the lowest rated of their champions.
We'll find out this weekend. Yeah, absolutely.
Right, but this weekend is a stacked card too. Like every fight on.
Well, I mean, you got Chael Sonnen's going to sell that pay-per-view. Everybody knows that. Kenny Florian, Jose Aldo, that's great. Edgar Maynard 3, like you can advertise the shit out of their 2 first fights, but guess what? It doesn't mean much in the long run. It's really going to be sold by Chael Sonnen, Kenny Florian trying to get a title, and a little bit of the rubber match with Maynard and Edgar.
Hey, by the way, Raj, you were at UFC 135 in Denver, right?
Last weekend.
Correct, yeah.
How was that, dude? Was that a good? That's not your first UFC, right?
No.
I've been to a few. This is the first one I've been credentialed to in Denver, but I've
really
been to other ones in California.
Because we've talked back and forth before.
But they haven't been to Denver, so
Well, they started in Denver. Like that was the very first UFC ever was in Denver, but they haven't been back to Denver since.
Right. Since the '90s. Yeah. So.
What did you think?
My first time. Yeah. I mean, it was awesome. I went to all the events. Got to I'd actually never met Rampage, so that was a cool experience. He was actually a really cool guy. He could get kind of crazy with reporters, so.
Right.
Very much. Like, if you had a pair of breasts, you would have got Bronski, guaranteed.
Well, Ariel, dude, he always fucks with Ariel real bad.
Yeah. Those interviews were classic, both of them. The pre and post fight interviews were great with Chet Congo and all that. It was entertaining.
Yeah, he's crazy.
I was talking to him in Czech Congo backstage. I think it was right before they did the interview with Ariel, and you could tell they just.
Oh, you were in the Muscle Farm gym?
No. This was at the post-fight press conference.
Oh, the after event. Okay, yeah. Before the event, they did the Muscle Farm with Czech Congo and Rampage, where they grabbed his throat and pretended to hit him and stuff.
Right. Yeah. No, yeah, I didn't go to Muscle Farm, but yeah, it was sick. But yeah, I just feel like with WWE, if they just put some, made the titles mean a little bit, then. I mean, Alberto Del Rio was out there basically like a jobber. I mean, he was just kind of another guy last night where it should have been a big deal that he won the title.
Right. It's just, I'll tell you what, man. We'll run down. Let's do this. We'll run down Hell in a Cell from top to bottom, and then we'll get into Monday Night Raw from last night, and then we'll kind of take it from there. We kicked it off. The announcers were Michael Cole, Booker T, and Jim Ross. They were still selling the Jerry Lawler injury from, 2 weeks ago, where Mark Henry power slammed him.
Correct.
And then they opened it up, dude. It was Christian. Were you going to say something, Raj?
Yeah, I was going to say right off the bat, you're like, shit.
Yeah.
When you see the announce team, it's like, why? I don't know if they're just messing with fans, but everyone wants, JR and Lawler, and you could put a third man, you could put Cole and Booker T, but anytime you don't have those two, it just hurts the quality. So
yeah, Booker T. I mean, in addition to Michael Cole, Booker T can be way over the top too. You know what I mean? And that pretty much leaves Jim Ross by himself without the other two. You know what I mean? It would be. Ross and Lawler, dude. Why ruin a good thing?
Right. And Booker T, I think he's fine as kind of like a side guy who just throws in his comments here and there, but is not does much of the talking.
Right.
He shouldn't be, trying to carry the announcing. So.
Right. They kicked it off. It was Christian against Sheamus. Pretty good on paper going into it. It looked good, and they had it was the.
And Christian always has that great cocky, I'm a ass kind of personality. You know what I mean? Like it's so great to see.
Right.
It's one of the few saving graces in WWE right now. Same as CM Punk. You know what I mean? Like it's one of the things you look forward to.
Right. Yeah, and and Christian in a lot of ways, people are going to think I'm crazy. Reminds me of Shawn Michaels in some ways, where he really has that. He has a lot of charisma. Vince McMahon doesn't think
Captain charisma. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and plus he can have a good match with almost anybody, and there's not many guys on the roster that can do that.
I compare John Morrison to the likes of Shawn Michaels without the I guess the mic work is okay. We never.
Shawn Michaels' mic work in the Attitude Era was all right. It was all right. The one thing he had going for him was he was very unfiltered, and he could say whatever, and it was kind of new at the time. Like today, it wouldn't work because it's been done to death.
And Shawn Michaels wasn't good on the mic for the first, no, he wasn't at all. He got to WWF. It was at least 10 years until he, even when he was with Sensational Sherry, he wasn't that good on the mic. It wasn't until. Like DX took off, as a heel group, that he really got credit for being on the mic. He was charismatic, but his mic work wasn't that great.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like he wasn't the most great, proficient talker, if you want to use that terminology. But he would shoot a lot, and he would, say a lot of shocking things, and it was new at the time, so it made his promos seem like they were special. And then looking back on it, if you watch him on demand on WWE Classics. You're like, this sucks, But at the time it was good.
Right. I mean, that's why at the time, especially when he was a babyface before he turned heel, when he had everything on with Bret Hart, fans would boo him. I mean, it was like John Cena for a while, where he was booed all the time, and a lot of that was because his mic work kind of sucked, and he was cocky as hell too. But I agree with you, Ryan. With John Morrison, but. The guy needs to close his Twitter account and keep his mouth shut.
Oh, my God. So a lot of people do, man. A lot of people do. Just stop with the tweets. Stop with the Facebook stuff, man. It just,
Too much.
Well, and then, people in WWE look at that, dude. Like, management looks at that, dude, and there goes your push. You know what I mean? Why I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know. So Christian and Sheamus, dude. The only problem I had with this, dude, is Sheamus took 2 spears, right? One was from the ring apron to the floor, and another one was just a regular spear. And he kicked out of both of them, right? Or one of them. Kicked out of one of them, and then the one to the floor, he got back in the ring. And then I'm thinking, like, a guy like Edge hits the spear, and it's over. And you hit 2 of them on Sheamus, and he kicks out, you know?
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I felt like it's not Christian's finisher anyway, and usually when somebody hits somebody else's finisher, they don't win
You're
the
right.
match.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
But I felt like the match did a good job with getting Sheamus over as their next top tier guy, and they need to do that slow build more. My worry is that they're going to have Sheamus beat Mark Henry like in a month or 2 for the World Cup.
No.
Do the slow build, And,
that's
so far
possible.
that's what it looks like they're doing. So, and Sheamus is getting over. I mean, he's getting the crowd responses and he's being protected.
Yeah, SmackDown has become the Sheamus show almost.
Yeah, I mean, without him they did a good job of building Mark Henry because without basically the 2 of them, you just have and Christian. It's nothing. When they did the SmackDown walk last, I guess we'll talk about Raw later, but the SmackDown talent pool is just so shallow. It's
very much so. Yeah, and that's why it's crazy that Raw is the super show now because SmackDown is the one really in dire needs of strong A-game talent. You know what I mean?
Well, they both do. Like Raw outside 2 or 3 guys, they don't really have
CM Punk and Triple H.
Yeah, and even Triple H, he's not full time yet, and he's not going to be doing house shows anymore. So, I mean, I think they really just need to merge him. I mean, it's weird. Like SmackDown is the only one that has its own brand right now. Because Raw has SmackDown guys on their brand. They don't have a distinguished brand. So it's like, how can you? It's like a unified WWE on one side, and then just a bunch of jobbers and Christian.
Exactly.
And
So the end of this came. Sheamus won clean with a brogue kick, and that was that. It was a pretty good opener. On paper going in, it looked good, and they delivered, man. Guys, just a good way to open the pay-per-view. Then we had Sin Cara versus Sin Cara, and it was funny with the announcers trying to figure out which one was Sin Cara. I think I even heard Booker T at one point referred to one of the guys as Sin Cara Negro, something like that, right? Dude,
yeah, I kind of scratched my head on that one.
Man, oh man, dude! But they were like Sin Cara 1, Sin Cara 2, Sin Cara Azul, Sin Cara Blue. I mean, it just went on, and I thought, I thought this was okay, man. I mean, there were some sloppy spots here and there, and that's to be expected when people are, high-flying stuff. But I don't know. I didn't mind this, man. There was no, I mean, I understand the crowd. There was absolutely no heat, dude. They were dead. But the match itself, I don't know, dude. I didn't really mind it. I see a lot of people, a lot of feedback and things like that people hated on it. But I don't know, dude.
I thought they both did good. There weren't, people come, rip on them for botching a bunch of spots, but they didn't really botch any spots.
No.
They did some cool stuff. I think a few things. If the crowd reaction was there, I think it would be much better. And also the lighting, it's gotten old. It's like just do the normal lighting now. I think that kind of, I think it takes away from the match and
right.
But people just haven't been into this feud since, and I think they've been trying to. I thought they were going to drop it, but then yesterday on last night on Raw, you saw the other Sin Cara out, so it looks like they're not.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to continue on with it.
That's going to be the thing.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Well, they rushed into that match way too early. And not only that, dude, but I mean, the crowd was dead, like Roz said, man. But the guy sells merchandise, you know what I mean? And they've got to keep him on TV. I mean, he's probably in the top 10, right? I know Zack Ryder just made it up in the top 10 for merchandise sellers in WWE.
Yeah, I think Sin Cara is, probably like 6 or 7,
Yeah.
his merchandise sells, and I think they just got to get him out of this feud and back with with a real heel. And,
well,
end this, because it's not doing anybody any favors right now, and I think that's why they did the match so quick.
Right.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I'm getting SmackDown tapings texted, so we'll see if it continues tonight.
And the other thing is, like, if you have a mask and the audience for the product right now is mostly youth, children,
right.
Teenagers, they're gonna buy the masks when their dad takes them to the show or whatever. You know what I mean? They're gonna buy it.
Right.
If you have a mask, they're gonna buy the mask. So anybody with a mask is gonna sell.
Exactly. I mean, when you're a kid, the coolest piece of the merchandise are masks and belts.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And Mysterio's out for a year or so. And until around WrestleMania. So. I wouldn't keep risking keeping them in a feud and getting Sin Cara cold.
We had the match after that. I'm kind of skipping the backstage segments. I know there was a segment with David Otunga. He went up to CM Punk, and basically he's trying to recruit all these stars, all these talents, and they're going to file a lawsuit against.
He furthered the lawyer storyline, pretty much, is what they did.
The Harvard lawyer thing.
Yeah.
And you had Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne Air Boom against Jack Swagger and Dolph Ziggler. This was for the WWE Tag Team titles. This was, up until that point, I mean, Kristen Sheamus, Sin Cara versus Sin Cara. This is probably the best match on the card. And I love the finish, dude, where Swagger was on the top, ready to powerbomb Bourne, and then Bourne reversed it into a Hurricane Rana for the pin, dude. That was awesome, dude. That looked nasty.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I hate Air Boom's name, but I really like him as a team, and I like you guys remember Strikeforce in the '80s? They kind of have that slapping hands with the fans and
absolutely,
big smiles. And I just feel like that just kind of it just seems a little too cheesy to get behind. But once they're in the ring, they've been doing great, and you can tell they're trying to gel as a team. So I almost think. And they're not. It's not going to happen. But you turn heel and get rid of the smiley faces, and they can. They could be a real,
they didn't,
real team. Something they haven't had in a while.
They didn't really tease any tension between Swagger and Ziggler this time around. Not at the pay-per-view, like they had been doing in past weeks, But.
Right.
I don't know, good match. Then you knew they weren't going to do back-to-back Hell in a Cell matches. You had 2 Hell in a Cell matches on the pay-per-view. Obviously, they're not going to do back-to-back. You're going to put one in the middle or one in the beginning and then one to main event the show. So we had the world title world title Hell in a Cell match between Mark Henry and Randy Orton. What'd you think of this? I was surprised. I thought it wasn't bad. I mean, it was as good as you could probably do with Mark Henry and Randy Orton in there. I cringed when I heard, Henry winning the title 2 weeks ago. I was like, yeah, it's good. It's a breath of fresh air. But the thought of him having a Hell in the Cell match was, kind of scary. That promo that he cut on Raw last night was probably one of the best Mark Henry promos I've ever seen.
But how about the Orton promo? How about Orton's I'm going to drag you to the depths of hell and all? They did good mic work leading into this, for sure.
Right.
Right, yeah. You're seeing Henry is really, running. He got the ball and he's running with it. I mean, he's really doing the best he can. And I think he's doing good, and he did a good job in this match. I was shocked. He kicked out the RKO. Was it at 1 or was it at 2?
He kicked out.
He
kicked out early. It wasn't like a near fall or anything.
So it was a quick thing. Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. But also, like last week we were talking on the air, like you talking about his world title run and his push as a main eventer. It's almost, we look at it like a lifetime achievement award, something they give you at the award shows. And like, you didn't have the best album this year, but guess what? We're going to honor your work over the long period of time and acknowledge that you're kind of awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, totally. I agree with that. I mean, he's the longest tenured active wrestler that's
exactly
competing on a regular basis right now. So unless you count Triple H, but
so
even then, I think he was there before Triple H was, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he doesn't wear a suit every week anyway. So
right, yeah, exactly.
We had
and you know what? He's still he's actually gotten better. He's better than he was 10 years ago and 5 years ago. So
Yeah.
Wow, do you guys hear that, man? There
A
must
little bit of static, are you talking about?
No, there must be fireworks or something going on outside here, dude. It's just boom, boom,
At
boom.
your place?
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
No, I don't hear that, no.
Loud fireworks, man. Crazy.
You know, you talk about your dog and things like nobody hears it, so just ignore it.
All
So
right.
I got an audience next to me right now too, and it's enough to be distracting, but I'm ignoring it. Nobody knows unless I just say it.
So Mark Henry won clean with the World's Strongest Slam in the middle of the ring. That was that, and then we had.
And I got to say this, Orton gets a lot of shit, but he did a great job of helping build Henry over the last.
Good, yeah, exactly.
We Cody Rhodes came out, right? It was in the arena. It was like an in-ring segment. Brought out the new IC title belt, man. The belt that Steamboat, Hart, Savage, Austin, on and on and on have worn, man. So they brought the
Are you
belt
losing
out.
your voice, bro? What's going on over there?
Dude, I haven't felt good since yesterday, man.
Is it the staying up for the server, I'm not sleeping enough, sleepy voice?
It may be that, man. I've only 4 hours of sleep for like the past week, dude. My forearms are just totally screwed up, man. So I don't know.
No, dude.
Whatever. You got to stay up and work, right? When you have websites, bro.
It's our business.
Yeah, man, you gotta stay up and get them back up and running, or fans get pissed off, you know.
Fans will get pissed off. Gary will tell you the real reason. Hey, you don't make the money. You got to make your money, man. That's how you make a living. That's how you
I hear
put
you.
food on the table.
That too. We so what do you guys think about the new IC title belt coming back?
It's cool.
I hope they don't
think
stop.
it's cool.
I hope they don't stop there. You know, like I hope they bring the world title back too.
I think it's a way to get Cody Rhodes over as, a legitimate champion.
It separates him from the pack. Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. I think they need to merge the Intercontinental and U.S. title because there's just too many titles right now.
Yes.
You don't need.
I agree with that.
And those
But,
two match up. That's the WCW. The WCW US title is the equivalent of the WWFE Intercontinental title. Just put them the same way as the world in the.
Right.
Right. Yeah, totally. And no, I thought it was great. But Rhodes, man, to me, when he starts doing his promos, though, he just screams Mick Carter. You know, I know they're pushing him, but when he does that nasally, trying to do the Phantom of the Opera thing, he just doesn't sound like a top tier guy.
I see it too, man. I see it in the promos, man. When he starts cutting promo, there's something missing.
Put it this way: his face mask screams mid Carter. It screams mid Carter. You know what I mean? Like that's a mid card gimmick.
Right. He's a Bob
At
Orton,
best.
not a Roddy Piper.
Yes, with the cast. Exactly.
Right.
We had it was Cody Rhodes, right? Laurinaitis comes out, right, and he tells him that Triple H has demanded that he defend his new IC title right now, and that brings out John Morrison, right? So we had Cody Rhodes and John Morrison. Cody worked the match in street clothes or dress clothes, whatever.
How about that?
Right? This was good for what it was, dude, and give Rhodes credit, out there working in regular dress clothes,
It's got to make a difference, right?
Right.
You would think so, dude.
Yeah.
You know what was interesting with this match is, there's a lot of guys in the back that didn't get a spot on the show, but they would rather get Morrison out there, get him to pay, for wrestling on the show and beat him, than put somebody else in that spot. They want to publicly bury him than give someone else that match.
Yeah, and then like you said, stay off the Twitter, dude. Stay off the Twitter, man.
Keep your personal life. Keep your girlfriend, your personal life.
There you go.
To yourself.
Jeez, man. Especially after she gets fired, dude. How are you gonna bring your girlfriend? What?
That's asking for trouble.
The week after she got fired, you're gonna bring her backstage to a WWE live event. Are you serious?
You're looking for trouble at that. Yeah.
Man.
Especially when you know how the people at WWE are as it is. You get heat for not shaking hands backstage. So,
Right.
doing something like that, it's like, man, come on.
You're begging for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did we had a Divas match, right? It was that's it. 2 more matches, man. There was only 6 matches, I think.
It was like a match heavy pay-per-view.
It was Kelly and Beth Phoenix for the Divas title. I'll tell you what, man.
For the 30th time,
Yeah. You know,
Jeez, come on.
And not only that, dude, but you know what? This match was better than previous Divas matches, and I guess that's what happens when you work 30 matches together, right, dude? You're bound to get better after a while.
But they could work. I mean, they could work them on the house shows too. They don't need to be doing the same thing on TV every week. I mean, Kelly has beaten Beth Phoenix so many times that with Phoenix finally winning, he just didn't seem to matter, you know?
No, I agree.
You know, somebody loses every week and then finally wins. It just doesn't build them up the right way. So
No, it doesn't make sense. Is what the problem is.
right, exactly. But I do agree it was a good match. It was definitely one of the better Divas matches in a while.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can almost always complain about a Divas match, but that one was like, all right, what do you want? Like, there you go. That's good enough, you know.
Now,
Right.
Phoenix won the title, right, with a glam slam or whatever they call it, right? She wins the title, dude. To me, that's a big fuck you, Buffalo, New York, dude. 2 weeks prior, they were
Good point.
They were in
Yeah.
their hometown of Buffalo, right? And they tell all the fans, like, everybody went into Buffalo. You knew she's a big deal in Buffalo.
Anybody that's hometown. Yeah.
Right, so
Right. Ever since Montreal, it's been like Vince's obsession is to screw people over in their hometown.
Yeah,
That's why
Jim
anytime
Ross
they're in
has to get-
Oklahoma.
Exactly. Jim Ross gets screwed over in Oklahoma.
If they're
Exactly.
Memphis. Yeah, exactly. In Memphis, you know Lawler's going to get probably beat in the match. I agree completely. I think the Buffalo, New York thing, you know, I don't know if it's their way of humbling them or just messing with. I mean, it's such a weird philosophy for a company to enjoy messing with their fans. You know, not necessarily giving them what they want. You know.
Can I interject, Ryan? Can I interject a joke here? He said Buffalo, and he's right. They do it in Buffalo a lot, and sorry about your luck, Buffalo Bills, man. Same deal.
Yeah. Get out of here with that, dude. We blew that, man. We blew that.
I know. I had to bring it back up.
All right, so pretty decent Divas match, right? We can all agree on that, dude. Better than what we're used to seeing on pay-per-views.
Yeah, and you can tell WWE they really are behind Kelly right now. I think they have something there.
And a lot of people have been behind Kelly, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, he didn't say that. Did he say that?
Never
I think he went there.
Forget
He went there.
All right.
Orton.
My bad. All right.
No, that was classic, brother.
And then to close it out, dude, we had the Raw Hell in a Cell match. It was a triple threat, right? John Cena, Alberto Del Rio, and CM Punk.
Now, is it just me, or would it mean a lot more for the gimmick and to have one Hell in a Cell match? And just you have one match, you build it up,
right?
And that's in the cell, and that's it. I think when you start watering it down, when you have more than one, you already see it now. Hell in the Cell doesn't mean what it did like 5 years ago.
No, not at all.
It doesn't. You know what, dude? And it's the same thing with, granted, the Elimination Chamber's a little bit different. You know what I mean? But I don't know, dude. Hell in a Cell reminds me of a regular cage. Why not set up a regular cage? It's just, I don't know, dude.
Well, the whole point of it is it's the demonic structure, like Jim Ross's old play-by-play call. But that's the hope. They think people are still buying into that.
Yeah.
Right, and you know, let's face it. I mean, guys like Mick Foley and Shawn Michaels really made it something special because of the crazy, you know, the bumps they took and the shit they did in those first few Hell in the Cell matches. That the legend of those matches is kind of what still drives it. But it's really become nothing more than it's very similar to Elimination Chamber match. You don't see any different spots really.
Yeah.
I mean, really, what more can you do? A, B, like, look what you're following. You're following Foley Undertaker, HBK Undertaker, Hell in a Cell. You know, how can you follow it? You can't. You know.
So
yeah, exactly.
They gave the Raw Hell in a Cell, right? It went about 30 minutes, man. They started this at about 10:15, somewhere around there. So it got a good 30 minutes, and then we had that crazy finish. And Del Rio winning the title kind of got lost in the shuffle with everything else that happened, man. Miz and Truth came out, right, and they had a key to the cage, right? And were able to get inside, and they took out pretty much everybody in the ring. They took out the referees, and then went and locked the door. And, and that, I mean, it got crazy from here. The entire Raw locker room, SmackDown locker room, everybody who was backstage came out and tried to get inside the cage. Nobody could get in. Eventually somebody came out, and Jim Ross, man, with his help, right? What is going
That's
on?
a good, that's going to be a good call. Like when they cut it out and use it for clips in the future, it's gonna sound great, man.
No.
He knows what he's doing. Talking sound bites, baby. Talking sound bites.
Somebody get the bolt cutters. Somebody come out here right now. It's like, oh
My God!
my God, you know what I mean? It was crazy. So somebody comes out, right, eventually with the bolt cutters, and they cut the lock off, and the cops are already out there at this point. And as soon as the cops go inside the ring, Truth and Miz drop down, and they're like, all right, dude, all right, we surrender, we give up, right, arrest us. And as they're being taken out, Triple H comes out, or he's already out there, right, and attacks Miz and Truth. And I'm thinking, okay, isn't that like interfering? This is just me being stupid, but isn't that like interfering with, okay, if somebody gets in a bar fight and two guys are fighting, right, and then the cops come and they break it up, dude, and you're that guy that's cussing and swearing and trying to get involved, dude, right? Wouldn't that be Triple H? Wouldn't that be Triple H like, okay, we've already got these dudes in handcuffs. We're taking them out of here. And then Triple H comes in and is like, boom, motherfucker, you know?
Yeah, you kind of got to leave your brains at home for because I mean, you'd automatically be
nice.
Obviously, you know what I mean. But I mean, I loved it, dude. I loved the end of Hell in the Cell. It just seemed like Del Rio's, Del Rio winning the title kind of got lost in the shuffle.
Well, that's why it should have been him defending. Like a successful defense, and then it doesn't have to be a big deal anyway because he defended it. Then you have all that madness going on.
Right.
But by not making the title change is just an afterthought. Is just why the belt doesn't draw. But I got to say with the match, I thought the ending was very creative with locking Cena out and using the pipe. I thought that was very well done.
Right.
It was a creative. It was a Pat Patterson creative way to finish the match.
You know what was cool about it? Del Rio had the key, right? Del Rio had the key all along, and he opened it up, right, and then sent Cena to the outside. So they played it up, kind of real life, where Del Rio had the key on him. So everybody outside the cage couldn't get in because Del Rio was already inside.
Right.
And had the key.
It was clever. I mean, they did something similar a few years ago where they did it with DX and Legacy, where
exactly
like Triple H was locked out, but Triple H ended up getting back in. That's what I thought I thought Cena was going to find a way to bust his way in, or break the door open, or some super Cena. I really liked the way they went.
Like a Mark Henry or somebody like that, like you said, dude, like a superhero type thing where somebody comes out, dude, and rips the cage door off, or
climbs climbs over to get. Like I know exactly the reference he's using, and it's the perfect one. That's exactly what I was thinking while I was watching that. So it makes sense.
Especially because you look at the time, and there was still so much time on the pay-per-view that.
Like he's got to get it.
Yeah. And so, I was shocked when, Del Rio used the pipe a few times and got the win. I was like, damn, that was kind of cool. I mean, it was still weird it ended so early. But, it was a creative way to end that match.
What was I going to say? I was just...
And I like the stuff they're doing with Miz and R-Truth, too. It's really making them bigger stars. Because, just because they threw the title on Miz didn't mean that people bought him in that position.
Right.
Same thing with R-Truth. When they threw him in the main event, no one bought him in that position. But now I think people are starting to buy them as top guys.
See, here's my opinion on that. I think R-Truth had that gimmick going already, and I think Miz became a part of that gimmick. Miz became a part of I think Miz downgraded to where R-Truth was. R-Truth didn't upgrade to where Miz was, and I think Miz was higher before this. That's my personal opinion.
Well, Miz was in main events before this, man. It wasn't all that long ago that Miz was headlining pay-per-view.
Exactly.
But,
right, but he
headlining pay-per-view. He headlined WrestleMania. Come on.
But he wasn't headlining. I mean, it's one of those things where he was someone temporary to be an opponent for Cena, you know, and
True.
he wasn't really made to be the guy where he could headline against anybody. Where, you know, you wouldn't have had Miz against R-Truth or
No.
as a pay-per-view main event, but with Cena or a Triple H, then.
Yeah,
But at the same time, like you could say, Miz. People, I think I know Ryan. He discussed it on the air here. He bought into Miz as a top-level player. I don't feel what he's doing right now is top-level playing. You know what I mean? I feel like he's been demoted a bit to where R-Truth's spot was, as opposed to R-Truth being brought up to his spot.
I mean, I could see that to an extent. I still think R-Truth is definitely up because R-Truth was kind of becoming more a comedy upper mid-carder, and I think
with the spiders and the heights, yeah.
Right, and now he's being more of a serious heel. You know, I think we'll have to see where they go from here because otherwise Miz didn't really have a spot on the show because he's kind of it's kind of the top is kind of preoccupied right now with Del Rio and Punk and Cena, and it doesn't seem like they're going to move away from that anytime soon. So, you know, it's a way to keep them in the top mix, and I don't know. I like what they're doing with it. I think it gives Miz more of an edge as opposed to just kind of a comedy figure. So.
Wow, we are, so that was Hell in a Cell from, this is crazy, it's almost 9 o'clock. We almost have to go to the break. Hell in a Cell from this past Sunday night. We still got to talk about Raw. We won't run it down from top to bottom. We'll just kind of go through the highs and the lows, if that's cool with you guys. A lot of people in the chat room tonight, WZROnline.com/